My fiancé was cheating, and I found out from a package meant for her. The first sign that my fiancé was lying to me was a package delivered to our apartment with another woman's name on it. I almost sent it back until I noticed the return address was a hotel 2 towns away and the delivery date matched the weekend he claimed he'd been visiting his mother. I opened it because something in my stomach told me not to ignore it. Inside was a diamond bracelet, a handwritten card, and a receipt for a suite. The card said, "For everything we've been building together." I sat on the kitchen floor staring at those words until my phone buzzed. "Evan, Mom's doing better, heading home tomorrow." I didn't confront him. Instead, I called the hotel. The clerk paused when I gave the reservation number printed on the receipt. "That reservation was extended twice," she said carefully, "and the second guest is still checked in." I thanked her and hung up. Then I opened our shared checking account. 3 months earlier, Evan had convinced me we should keep most of our wedding money in one place because he was better with numbers. There were withdrawals I didn't recognize. $2,800 for a jeweler, $6,400 for a resort, $9,000 transferred to an account ending in 4417. I called the bank and learned that account wasn't joint. It was under Evan's name alone. My hands started shaking. Our wedding was 6 weeks away, and he'd been moving money while planning a future with someone else. I spent the next 2 days pretending nothing was wrong. When he came home, he hugged me, kissed my forehead, and complained about traffic. I asked how his mother was. He smiled and said, "She's fine. She says hi." That night, while he showered, his laptop lit up with a notification from a contact saved as D. The preview said, "She still thinks the wedding is happening. When are you telling her?" I took a picture. Then I called my older sister Maya, who worked in accounting and had warned me never to let one person control all the finances. She came over before sunrise. Together we copied statements, photographed documents, and checked the wedding deposits. The venue had been paid partly with our savings, but the final payment was scheduled from an account I had never seen. Maya looked at me and whispered, "He's not just cheating. He's preparing to leave you with the bills." That's when I stopped feeling heartbroken. I started feeling angry. I opened my own account, moved my paycheck, canceled automatic payments connected to Evan's private account, and contacted the venue. They confirmed something that made my blood run cold. Evan had called the previous week asking whether the contract could be transferred to another couple. Our wedding wasn't just a wedding anymore. He was planning to take the deposits, disappear, and make me pay for the rest. I decided not to warn him. For 10 days, I acted normal. I went dress shopping with his mother. I picked flowers. I laughed when he showed me honeymoon photos. Meanwhile, I recovered my portion of the deposits and packed my important documents into my sister's house. Then, 3 days before the wedding, I asked Evan to meet me at the venue because I wanted to go over one last detail. He arrived smiling. I was already sitting at the head table with Maya and the venue manager. Evan stopped walking. "What's going on?" he asked. I slid the bracelet receipt, hotel reservation, bank statements, and laptop photo across the table. "You tell me." His face changed instantly. First confusion, then anger, then panic. He said D was just a friend. He said the money was temporary. He said the signature was a mistake. Then his phone rang. The screen showed D. I looked at him and said, "Answer it." He didn't. Instead, he started crying and begged me not to ruin his life. I told him, "You already did that. You just didn't think I'd find out before the wedding." The wedding never happened. A month later, I learned D wasn't even the woman from the hotel. She was Evan's business partner, and the hotel woman was someone he'd promised to marry after using our wedding savings to help finance her move. The strangest part? D had contacted me anonymously because Evan had been stealing from her company too. She hadn't saved me out of kindness. She wanted him exposed before he could disappear with her money. In the end, I lost a fiancé, a wedding, and almost $40,000. But I also learned something I'll never forget. Sometimes the person planning your future is secretly planning your escape.